So what does it really mean to be awake in your life? You know, that question's been sitting with me lately, and today's video is my way of exploring it. This space is usually filled with travel adventures, energy from sports events, and the beautiful, sometimes chaotic journey my husband Matthias and I share as a gay married couple. But this one's different. You know, this video is part of a series I started last year called Walking Thoughts or Walking Reflections, where I pause, breathe, and reflect on life outside of the highlights. I don't plan these videos. They just happen because either something spoke to me or I'm bothered by something. And today's video was filmed during a gloomy afternoon walk in Carlsbad, California, a beautiful city, while I'm on a work trip. I talk about what it means to find meaning in your 50s, to a certain degree, without kids, with a full-time job, and still trying to create, explore, and show up for joy. It's a conversation about making the most of our time, rediscovering purpose, and choosing presence over autopilot. I never plan these things, but when something speaks to me, I listen. And if you've ever asked yourself, is there more than this routine, or am I really living or just going through the motions? I hope this speaks to you. Thanks for joining me, not just for the destinations and events, but for these quiet human moments in between. I'm walking here in Carlsbad, California on this gloomy late afternoon. The sky's heavy, the air's, I don't want to say salty, but it's beachside. So, and honestly, the mood kind of matches where my head has been lately. I'm here on a quick work trip full of back-to-back meetings, and while I could have just gone straight back to the hotel, something told me I needed this walk. I needed this space. So I figured, why not talk to you all about something that's been brewing in my mind and heart lately, what it means to find meaning after 50. So it's not always easy to talk about this, but I think that's why I need to. So I turned 50 a while back, and I'll be honest, it wasn't dramatic or anything. A bit of a party, but no confetti, no lightning bolt realization, but slowly something that started to shift, right? So it's like this inner voice got louder asking me, what are you doing with the time you have left? What brings you joy? What really matters now? And I guess those questions hit a little differently when you're in your 50s. There's a sharper awareness that the runway ahead isn't as long as it used to be. That's the reality. And that's not to say life is over, right? Far from it. But it does feel more urgent, more intentional, like don't wait too long. So for context, I'm a gay man married to my husband Matthias, my best friend, my travel buddy, the person who sees me fully. We don't have kids, and while we've built a beautiful life, we don't have the traditional milestones, people often use to define the next chapter, so to speak. No school plays, graduations, or future generations to hand the torch to. Sorry, there's like an airplane over here. I don't know if you can hear. And I've got a career in healthcare leadership. It's demanding, purposeful, yes, but also draining sometimes. You give so much of yourself to the mission, to the people, to the system. And some days it leaves you wondering if there's anything left for you, for your own creativity, your own dreams. That's when I started vlogging. Not because I had it all figured out, but because I didn't. I needed a way to connect, to express, to document the search for joy, purpose, growth, even when it was messy or unclear, especially when it was messy. So I've found so much joy in exploring, in seeing new places with Matthias, in capturing those moments that make you pause and just breathe it all in. Whether it's the glittering lights of a major city like Paris, Tokyo, or even the traffic in LA, the roar of crowds in sporting events, or the quiet charm of an old street, Europe, or locally. Moments that make me feel alive. And you know what else I'm realizing? Meaning doesn't always show up in grand ways. Not always in big ways. It lives in the little things, in showing up for your spouse, in taking a spontaneous walk instead of scrolling, in cooking something new just because, in saying yes to a creative idea before talking yourself out of it, just like what happened to me earlier. Lately, I've been trying to make the most of every single day. And I don't mean filling my schedule or hustling harder. I mean being awake in my life. Kind of an interesting concept, awake in my life, right? Paying attention, choosing presence. Because it's so easy to let the days blur together. Wake up, emails, meetings, Netflix, bed, rinse and repeat. But then a year passes and you look back and realize you barely remember what made your soul come alive. I don't want to live like that anymore. So I've started taking small chances. I hit record even when I feel awkward. I book the trip even if it's not practical. I say I love you more often. Rest when I need it. Not out of guilt, but because I know I can't pour from an empty cup. Being in your 50s also means you've seen some things. You've lost people. You've let go of versions of yourself that no longer fit. And you know deep down that this isn't a dress rehearsal. This is the show. This is it. There's a kind of sacredness to that, a pressure, sure, right? But also freedom, because if our time is limited, why not spend it doing what brings us joy? Why not chase wonder? Why not say what we need to say? Create what we want to create. Live in a way that feels true. So for me, it's about kindness, at least to the best of my abilities. It's about curiosity. It's about making sure I don't miss the magic because I'm too busy chasing what doesn't matter. So if you're listening to this, whether you're in your 50s, 40s, 60s, wherever you are, maybe this is your reminder. You're not too late, you're not too old, you haven't missed your moment. If anything, you're finally ready to live it with your eyes open. So, start small. Start where you are. Start with what gives you even a flicker of joy. Follow that. Protect it. Let it grow. Let yourself grow. So as I wrap this walk, the clouds are thick now, as you can see. It might rain soon, but I don't think so. But honestly, I'm glad I came out. I feel lighter, more grounded. Like I said earlier, I don't have all the answers, but I'm asking better questions these days, and that counts for something. So thanks for walking with me today, for listening, for holding space for these reflections. We don't know how much time we've got, but we do know we have this moment right here, right now. So let's make it matter. Until next time, keep showing up, keep finding meaning, and keep chasing joy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more.